All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to this edition of Monster of the Month, put on by Fan Expo Canada's fan meetup program. I'm your host, Angelo Corsino, and with me I have some cool guests. Kyle, tell me who you're playing today on this little showdown we're going to have.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and today I bring one half of the Brothers of Destruction. I bring Samael, the Eloquence Bard.
All right. Next we have David. David, tell us a little bit about what you got for us today.
I got Cookie. He is a mountain dwarf, and he is divine soul sorcerer. His main thing is staying back and doing support and healing, while everybody else runs up and dies.
Perfect. Next we have Diana. Tell us a little bit about Talishtai, which is,
So yes, Talishtai is a Twilight cleric. She's actually from Eberron, so I just kind of brought her in. Well, her original character is Dalishtai, but this is Talishtai, her sister, and she's Rocher. So she's a Twilight cleric. She's a Kalishtar, so she likes to whisper into people's brains, and it gives her a little bit of resistance to psychic damage. So you're going to see some Twilight sparkle bubbles going up. Hopefully, I know Twilight clerics are your favorite, Angelo. So,
yeah, I do. Every campaign that I have or every session that I run of anything has at least one Twilight cleric in it. Now I'm becoming very accustomed to that class at all levels of play.
Yeah.
All right, and then next we have Lewis. Lewis, who do you have for us today?
Hi, yes, today I'm playing a fighter, a Haragon fighter, and he's inspired by a Usagi Yojimbo character, and he's a samurai. He's a fighter with the archetype of a samurai, so I'm hoping to have him in first line battling with his katana.
Awesome. Now, do you have that put into Roll20 for us? We can get that on the screen. And Diana, you said you were going to share screen so that everybody can see what's going on, or they don't have to see my mess of a DM side of it. So once Lewis has a token on the board and rolls initiative, once Carlo joins, he can introduce his character too. But he's having a little bit of tech issues. What's a D&D game online without some tech issues, right?
Yep.
There's never not tech issues. If you have a game without tech issues, you just cross your fingers and should have bought a lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I'm having some issues with it.
All right, Carlo, who do you got today?
The other half of the Brothers of Destruction. I am Samael, a Scourge ASMR. Sorry, no, wait. I'm Kanan, not Samael. I'm awake. Yes, I am Kanan. I am the other half ASMR Oath of Watchers Paladin.
And that is about as on brand for Carlo as it gets, everyone. He's one of my longtime friends from the D&D world.
I'm not playing it. I'm not playing an Elven. Come on.
Which is also...
Yeah, that's the main brand.
Yeah.
Or Elven Wizard. Yeah.
So, Lewis, if you just want to roll dice in front of you, you don't have to worry about playing with the Roll20 tech. If you want to just roll initiative for me in front of you and tell me what you got, I can put it up on the screen for you.
Okay, yes, because I'm having some issues with the...
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, then I'll just roll with my dice.
Perfect.
I love dice.
Okay, so I'm having a 11 initiative.
11, got it. All right, and what is your hit point max so I can get that on your token as well?
100.
100 even, got it. All right, so we're just going to jump right into this encounter with a little bit of discussion as each one as it comes up in turn order. So first off, we have the lovely Death Tyrant.
Stop it.
Who's this skull boy right here? It's the undead version of the Beholder. It's the highest CR of the ones that are not in Fitz bands that I just came out that I'm still learning a little bit of because those are amazing.
Yes.
And it's got a bunch of options that it can do, including what it's going to start off with strong. It's going to shoot 3 eye rays at people. There are 5 of you, so I when I run beholders like to do things completely randomly, like they were designed to do.
Oh yeah.
So we've got them firing at Samael, we've got them firing at Usagi, and we've got it firing at Cookie. So, and I like to have people choose their own fate. So can the three of you roll me d10s, please?
Angelo, you're so cruel to me.
So you're a sadist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
8
All right,
for me.
So 6 for you, Lewis?
8.
8, got it. All right, so 8. So, Lewis, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Samael, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well. And Cookie, I need you to make... Oh, wow. Dex saves all around for everybody on all 3 rays.
Hey, what's that aura looking like there, Kanan?
Ooh, yeah.
Plus 5
Thank
if
you.
you're in that blue bubble.
Woohoo.
So far we've got 1 save. On the 12, we have a...
It's a 17.
17 just saves. So
Yes!
thank your buddy for the aura. And Lewis, what did you get on your dex save?
19.
19.
And
All of you
I'm
got
lucky because one of the attributes of the Haragon is I can add a D4 to dexterity savings.
You did, and you passed already. On the 10 for Cookie, nothing happens as this beam slams into the wall like behind you, and like it looked like this like sickly kind of ray. Samael, it looked like it was trying to like slow you down a little bit, but you managed to shrug it off. And Usagi, you started to feel your muscles locking up, but then it decided that it was all good, and you were all fine. So nothing unscathed so far. Cookie, what do you got?
All right. Well, he's going to look out for the healers. So 5, 10, 15. He will twin cast Greater Invisibility.
Ooh, fancy.
Nice.
Seeing how everything is looking at them, and he's getting a little nervous about all those eye stalks.
There's a lot of eye stalks in
Me
this
and
room.
Talash
That's a
die
lot, yeah.
15, and then he'll drop back here.
Thanks, Cookie.
All right. Anything else?
That is it.
All right. So that twin cast Greater Invisibility. The best part about running Beholders is that they're all pretty intelligent. So they saw you cast the spell. So this guy's going to just, float on over.
Yeah.
And he can't see 2 people, but he can see 2. And he's got all these eye stalks that want to try to
Yeah.
puncture into you. So he's going to...
Cookie, no.
Is
So he's
that
going
a
to try
death?
to jab Cookie. That's a 21 to hit for 17 points of piercing damage.
He will cast Shield.
All right. We're going to try again with a second tentacle. That's worse.
Yeah.
And then its last one is going to try to come on in, and you manage to shield the blow and come away unscathed. These ones are interesting. Unlike all the other boulders that kind of have these eye rays, the Death Kisses specifically like to come up and try to like physically engage and grapple people and drain them of all their life force. It's a good time.
And did he roll those at disadvantage, or does it look like he can see me?
I thought you cast it on the 2 other people.
No. On Cookie
Okay,
and
so
Last
let me do a couple more rolls then, because I misheard.
Well,
you.
they all missed regardless.
They
so.
did. So, yeah, all good. They all missed. No harm, no foul. Talash tie.
Okay, well, Talashtai is looking at this, and she wants to invoke her Twilight Sparkle Bubble. So that is going to be her action. So she is going to use her Channel Divinity ability and cast a Twilight Sanctuary. So that is going to be 1d6 plus 12 that everybody can roll at the end of their turn as temporary hit points. And I'll put that bubble up in a second, but that's her turn.
Samael.
Yes.
You have a guy. in front of you.
Yeah, I do. I'm not a fan of that. Gonna have to figure that part out later. Does this guy look semi-classic-y? Lots of eye stalks up there.
Yep, that one looks like the classic one that you were probably looking for when you heard Beholder Cabin.
Yeah. So if that guy and that guy could both please make me intelligence saves. But first, I really don't like the look of the guy with all of the eyes.
Yeah.
So if he can please subtract a d6 from his save
Yeah.
as I use that lovely little feature.
So 16 probably doesn't do it -6.
No, DC 18 against a lovely little burst of synaptic static.
Yep, that's a good one.
And as always, I roll amazingly on damage die. Yeah, it was that guy and also creepy guy on the right.
Yep. I'm working on his. His is not reduced.
No.
13 doesn't do it either, though.
And then I am going to proc this op attack and fly straight up out of there.
Well, let's see if he gets you.
That
Well, he gets you.
God,
You are
why-
grappled.
yeah. Why is it always?
Because the
One
dice
lucky
love
thing.
you, Kyle.
I
The
know
dice
they
love
do.
you.
That's only a casual 29.
Yeah. Just a casual 29 points of damage and you're grappled. That's fine, right?
Yeah, brother, please, brother.
Oh.
If that ends your turn, because your movement is now set to 0.
Oh yeah.
Are you still in
Cannon, you're
my?
up.
Are you in my Twilight bubble? Because you can't
That's
roll your sparkle.
Definitely in the Twilight.
Ooh, I would love to get some sparkle on me.
Mhm.
That's a lovely 18, right? 18.
18.
And here I am being an inspiring leader, not able to help in that way.
All right, Cannon, what do you got? Carlo? You with us, Carlo?
He seems to have moved.
He has. If you're talking, Carlo, you might have muted yourself somehow.
Oh, for Pete's sake. All right.
There he is.
There it is.
There we go. Hey,
Hey, if you have that on your
Yeah.
bingo card for online DV,
I look to my brother and I go, "This is the Underdark all over again." Yeah. I bonus action will cast Shield of Faith on my brother.
Stop it.
Yeah. Dad loves me more, but here.
Stop it.
And I will look at this one and I go, no, and swing twice.
Yep.
My lovely.
yeah, that is.
Let's, for funsies, throw a first level smite into that.
Go for it.
Yep, that's about right. I'm tempted to say the line that Angela loves whenever I play Paladins. I'm going to hold off. Okay, it's coming up next turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Flashing 8 Radiant. And another flashing with 5 Radiant. A lot.
Yep. And the sort of life stealing is only on criticals, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right.
that's
So
turn done.
got it. Damage taken.
Take your Twilight hit points, your twinkle points.
All right, Usagi.
Okay, so I have one question. These guys are floating, right?
Yes, they are. They are not attached to the ground. They all have. This is a good time to talk about that. They all have the hover ability, so things that will knock normal creatures out of the air that are flying will not work on Beholderkin.
But they are not so high that they can avoid like the 5 feet melee
No,
attacks.
the ones down here are definitely close enough. These ones are 10 feet up
Okay,
on a
so
platform.
I'm going to move to get in melee range to the guy that is closer to us.
Mhm.
So I'm going to come right here.
Sounds good.
I'm going to use my bonus action to use one of the samurai abilities that is changing the bonus action to give me
Fighting spirit.
fighting spirit. I have advantage on all my attacks.
Right. Yep.
And Usagi is going to get the katana out, and as he's a rabbit and the monster is floating, I'm going to hop and slash.
Yeah. Do it up.
So, and I'm going to do that 3 times because I think I have like 3 attacks.
You do at level 12
Yeah,
samurai.
nice.
Yes, so I'm going to roll a bit. So first attack is a 14 plus 9, 23.
That'll hit.
And damage is 1d8 plus a lot.
Plus a lot. We love to hear it.
I love a
Yeah.
lot.
It's a good number.
Yeah.
Yes, it's plus 7, so that will be 9 points of slashing damage
All right.
on the first attack. Then it's going to be a 19 on the second attack.
That hits.
So that will be another 11 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And then that is going to be another 19. So that is 9 more points of damage of slashing damage.
All right. Slash, slash, slash. Anything else? Bonus action, fighting spirit, action, swing, swing, swing.
No, I think I don't have a bonus action because I already used it to give me advantage.
All righty.
So that's it. The only thing I will no, I cannot even hop out of the combat because I already used the bonus action. So that's all from my side.
Got it.
You can roll 1d6 plus 12 because you're in my Twilight aura. So you can get those temporary hit points.
1d6 plus
12.
12. Oh, that's
Yeah,
good
12.
because I only have 5
Yeah,
temporary
fighting spirit
hit
gives you
points.
10, so yeah, that's
So this is
35.
going to be 12, 17. So I'll take the 17 as they cannot pile up. I
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
choose
exactly.
between the 17 or the 5. So obviously 17.
All right. So the good thing about, for me, that makes it a lot simpler when 2 people are invisible and there are 5 of you is this thing shoots 3 eye rays.
Uh-huh.
So the 3 visible people, can you please roll me a
Oops.
d10?
I would like to not.
Well,
Do I have that option?
You do not have the option to not.
Okay, well, there went my hope.
Okay,
So
that's a 6 for me.
6. So Samael, can you roll me a con save?
Oh, good. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah, I'm sure. Usagi, can you roll me a wisdom save?
I have this
Wait.
feeling that 15 is not good enough.
15 doesn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Samael, you rolled a 2. As
Oh.
well, could re-roll?
No, I rolled the 2.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
then
You did roll the 2.
Yeah.
So 7. 7 is the other one. Wisdom save for the paladin. That also fails. So you watch as Cannon just passes out and goes to sleep.
Ah,
You watch as Samael is now held in place and can't move. And what did you get on your save there, Usagi?
15.
15. And you said you rolled a 6?
Yes.
You are lifted up into the air as you've been grappled by its telekinetic ray. So you are now 30 feet in the air.
is that 15 including the +5 paladin aura?
If it's plus 5, then you save, and that doesn't happen.
Lost Carlo.
No, he,
Carlo might be muted again. No, he dropped out of
I
the.
think he dropped, yeah.
He'll be.
Yeah.
oh, there he comes again.
There we go.
Alrighty.
His save would have included it. I was just wondering if Lewis's had included it.
Yep. So that ends this guy's turn, and then we have this one over here. This is the Mind Witness. This is what you get when you cross a Beholder and a Mind Flayer.
I hate it.
This is one of the cooler ones. I like these ones. I like all the Beholderkin. They're very fun to use because I love randomness in my life.
Can you blow up the image
I
on
can.
for us? Because then we'll see it on my screen. Yeah. There we
Oh,
go.
it's beautiful. Just beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, that's It's a little
Thanks. I hate it.
Let's
All right,
look at it
so-
more closely. There we
Then
go.
what we got here is it's gonna fire 2 eye rays. It's gonna pick Samael, and it's gonna pick Cannon because Cannon is asleep.
Yeah.
Can you roll me d6s?
Ooh.
It only has 6 eye stalks. It's one of the more baby ones. All right, so we've got a 5 and a 6, which is perfect. So can Samael make a con save? You can still do those when you're paralyzed.
Yeah, and I don't get the +5 on this because he's unconscious.
Correct. And the unconscious one gets lifted 30 feet in the air.
Pretty sure that's not going to go well for me.
Nope. So not only now are you paralyzed, you're also stunned.
Oh, good. Is that until end of, or is that until save?
Until save.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. So again, 2 people go invisible. There's only 3 targets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this time we're going to have Usagi and Kainen please roll me d6s, as this one also is one of the smaller ones. It only has a few rays. So we got, I need you to make a strength save there, Kainen, but you can't because you're unconscious and you get pushed in the air 20 feet away. And then Usagi, what did you get on your d6?
2.
2.
Yes.
Can you make me a con save and add +5? Because the paladin's unconscious. Don't
Yeah.
+5.
So just con.
Yes.
Okay, so that is a 13 total.
13 total. So that 13 total is a fail. You're going to take 12 points of necrotic damage. And then we're back to the top with our big boy beholder. We're probably only going to get through a couple more turns. And then we're going to talk about a little bit more in detail about how things go. We've got about another 15 minutes left of this. So we'll see if I can do as Kyle's fiance in chat has said and be someone else other than her who kills Kyle.
Yeah, this is really going great for me.
So this is the big boy beholder, and it's one of it's actually the highest CR, as I said before, of the beholderkin in the before Fizzbands. Fizzbands added some really good stuff, but we got 3 rays coming into the 3 people it can see. So can you please all roll me d10s?
I don't like that I keep rolling high numbers there.
Okay, re-roll one of you. You guys get to pick.
You're unconscious. I'll reroll.
Kyle re-rolled faster. So I need you to make me a wisdom save there, Samael. Kainen, I need you to make me a dexterity save, which, look, you fail because you're unconscious, and they're now slowly turning to stone.
Thank the TSP baby Jesus.
And then, what did you get on the D10?
I ended up with a 1 with a wisdom save of 20.
Yeah.
Yay. For once.
Yep. So you are not charmed added to the mix, but and what did you get, Usagi, on your D10?
5.
5. I need you to make another con save.
Okay, this is better. This is 14 plus 6, 20. Dirty 20.
You take 15 points of necrotic damage as it slams you with its enervation ray. I haven't rolled. None of you have rolled disintegrate yet, which is kind of nice for you guys.
Always good.
Cookie.
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out what's going on with his 3 cohorts. He can see. Where's the paladin?
The paladin is unconscious 30 feet in the air right here.
All right. And the other 2?
The other 2 are here. One doesn't look like they're moving very well. The other one seems mostly fine.
All right, paladin. I do have range as a meta magic distance. So I will do lesser restoration.
So unconscious, you just have to shake them.
Oh, unconscious. I thought somebody
they're
was...
not. No. Paralyzed. Paralyzed was the other one. That's the one on the ground.
Samael,
And-
I think.
Yeah. The one who tried to fly away and it did not go well.
Yeah. So he's currently punctured by one beholder while turning to stone, while stunned and paralyzed. He's having a bad day.
And lesser restoration only gets rid of one of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we will go ahead and on the paladin, who's unconscious.
Mhm.
The only way I can wake him up is with a sacred flame.
That'll do it. He's failed the dex save because he's.
Do you accept this damage?
I believe you're an Aasimar, so you have it, so that's kind of cool.
Please.
You also have
Wiki.
twinkle
And it eats its
points,
way
twinkle hit points.
All right. And then I will quicken cast
5.
Lesser Restoration on the person that's paralyzed.
Yep, so get rid of that nice paralysis.
Want to
Yay.
do some damage, but I got to wake everybody up.
So the good news is that as that end of turn?
Yep, just need my twinkle.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one that's currently connected to Samael, it's grappling you. And when it has a creature grappled, it can blood drain you. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Again, I fall firmly in the category of please no.
The good news is the Paladin's awake now. The bad news is that you're out of range of the aura.
Mm-hmm.
You do
That's
save.
correct. Thank goodness.
So it tries to drain you, but it's unable to.
Well,
Then it's going to try to also puncture Usagi. Does a 20 hit you, Usagi?
I'm afraid so, yes.
All right, so you take 11 piercing damage, and you are currently grappled, and I need you to make a con save, as now it's trying to drain you.
Con save.
Yes, please.
You got it.
Talashtai, you're on deck.
So I probably should have done this first, but I love my Twilight Sparkle. I am going to cast, where is that here? Circle of
Circle of Power.
Power.
yeah,
Circle of
that
Power
would've
is very
been-
good against spells, which none of these are.
Oh, really? Oh, they don't count as spells. Oh, that's
Which
what I
is
was
an
gonna
important
do.
thing to know when you're fighting Beholders, that these abilities are all innate.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so those aren't actually spells. So that's really good to know. So let me just decide what I'm going to do then. Is anyone still under any effects of...
None that are currently fixable.
Okay.
23 on my save.
23 on your save, it does unable to drain you either. Now it's
Nice.
Talashtai.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I can... I'm just gonna, if I gotta concentrate on something, I'm gonna chunk up here some Spirit Guardians.
All right, it's a good one.
Yeah. Wait, I want to upcast it. Sorry, guys. And it's just normal roll. So that's going to be going 33 radiant damage. So when anyone starts their turn, I believe, or enters it, they have to make a DC 17 Wisdom save. So I will just put a concentration up, and I will set that up, and that is all I'm going to do for now.
All right.
I'm done.
Samael,
All right, let's see how poorly this can go.
please make me both a Constitution save and a Wisdom save.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm not loving. Con. That's not good.
Your statue.
Really wish I'd got a turn to at least try and do something. But yeah, I'm all stony.
So, yep.
Brother, save me, brother.
So that's going to end your turn because the other save doesn't really matter right now because statue's worse than stunned. And Cannon, you just watch your brother turn to stone. Carlo, you're probably muted again.
Well, nothing.
No, you're here.
Oh, there we go. We're good.
Yeah, at the start of your turn, you fall 30 feet, hit the ground.
Okay.
You take 14 bludgeoning, and you're good to go.
Okay. Brother is turned to stone. That's
My beauty was always statuesque.
this thing for the lesser restoration. And I'll just
On. So I know it's probably been a while, but you know for a fact that lesser
brother.
restoration doesn't do anything for paralysis. Sorry, for
Paralysis?
for petrification.
Petrification.
Right. It's greater. It's
So-
greater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the greater. Really wish I brought those
Having a good
necklaces.
day.
That necklace this time. Yeah.
I told you
So,
you could bring what you want.
I know. I know. That's on me. Okay. Well.
Hit the thing.
Okay. Screw it. I'm gonna hit the thing. I'm
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll even let you for the
Switch
sake of the
that to this.
theatrics. I'm going to let you do that as a free action instead of a full action, which dropping a shield is.
Right. Sure. 14.
14 does not hit. You're too angry.
So this.
Yeah, that doesn't do it either.
Either does.
You're so distressed, brother.
Yeah, still sleepy from that snooze you were taking.
Yeah. I will roll sparkle.
All right, we've got our lineup of beholders with only 2 people now. So only 2 people of you are getting, and just so everyone's aware, this icon is not facing you guys, because if it was facing you guys, none of the eye rays
be
from
dead.
any of them can hit you,
Right.
which is an important thing to note. So its icon is actually facing in this direction. All right, so with that, we've got this guy coming up here, and there's only 2 of you that are visible. So the 2 of you that are visible, both Ken and Usagi, I need you to both roll me d10s. You're gonna have to do this a few more times, because one's a statue; it's not on the field anymore.
4 for me.
4 for you, got it. So 4, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw there, Usagi, and I need you to make a con save for me, Cannon.
Yikes.
All right, so Cannon, you decided that you really, really wanted to also be paralyzed. And Usagi, on your wisdom
follow
save.
Yeah.
14 for me.
Yeah, 14 for you, and we're gonna backpedal real quickly. So after your turn, because I skipped you, you're going to be slowed. But first, you get to take your turn.
Okay, I am grappled and hanging on the air.
Yep, you're only a little bit off the ground. You're still perfectly fine to do whatever you need to.
Okay, then I'm. So unless the only thing I cannot do is move, right, because of the grapple.
Yes, your speed is currently set to 0. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give me again advantage, and I'm going to keep on slashing this guy.
Yeah.
So the first attack, it's not so good. 8 plus 9, 17.
17 hits.
Good. So that is a d8 plus 7. So 15 points of damage, of slashing damage.
15
On the
points
first.
taken.
Second attack is 16.
Okay, 16 just hits.
Awesome. So 10 more slashing damage.
All right.
And third attack, it's a 19. So 12 more slashing damage.
All right. All damage
How is
taken.
it looking?
He's looking pretty bloodied. And it's not just the one from the it's puncturing 2 of you. One of you's with a statue now, so it's not happy about that.
Is it technically restrained because it's stuck inside of a statue?
I mean, sure. Part of it's stuck inside of a statue. We'll call it restrained. That tentacle's restrained.
Just go ahead and crit fish on that tentacle.
All right, so anything else, Usagi?
Yes, I think that's all.
All right. So now we're going to have, so then the beholder is going to go. It's going to paralyze Cannon. It's going to slow Usagi. And then the psychic one, the mind witness, the mind flare type beholder, is going to fire its 2 eye rays at the 2 people that are not statues. So can you both please roll me d6s?
6 for me.
6 for you. Can you give me a strength save?
22.
22. You are fine, and you resist its telekinetic ray. How about you, Cannon?
Let's see.
5.
Thank-
Okay, so I need to make a Constitution saving throw. You can still do those while you're paralyzed. Yep, it does
There
not
we go.
also stun you.
Yep.
And this one goes. I need you to roll me 2 more d6s, and I really want one of you to roll a 1 so I can showcase one of this thing's abilities. We'll talk about it after if it doesn't happen. Close.
So close.
What about you, Sagi? Another d6?
Yeah, so I tried.
You did. You did. Instead, you have to make another con save.
Okay, you have your one, so
Yeah. All right. So
surprise us.
I need you to make a dexterity save. You are slowed, so you have. You are currently slowed, so you have. That doesn't. It doesn't actually impact your dex save with this version. So give me a dexterity save.
Okay, so it's 23.
23. It's not going to happen. Oh well.
Nice.
So basically, what that one is I'll talk about it anyway because it's a good time now. It's the Devour Magic Ray. So if you fail that dexterity saving throw, it basically turns off one of your magic items for a while. So if you're one of those fighters that depends heavily on a belt of giant strength to wear your armor, you're gonna have a bad time.
Item.
Who do you think?
Obviously, the one who's just toying with us at this
Yeah.
point.
The sadist. Great. Good time. Good time.
All right. And then the innervation ray is the one that was rolled. So you take 13 points of necrotic because you made the save, which is also halved.
Hey,
And then I need you both to roll d10s because only 2 targets. It's a little rough for you guys at the moment. It was supposed to be spreading the love, but
We're staying safe, and we're death warded,
So
and
that's why
we're
it's just
greater
halved, right,
invisible.
man?
You
Because
know,
of the save.
yep, it's halved to 13 and then halved again because of an Astamar.
Beautiful. That's what I was checking.
So it wasn't so bad. It wasn't
I
so
was
bad at
checking.
all.
why couldn't you fire like fire
And
rays
then
at the
D6?
tiefling? Why?
D10 this time actually for both Usagi and. All right, we got a 9. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You automatically fail this one because you're
Uh-oh.
currently paralyzed.
Another one for me.
54
Oh, no.
points of damage. How you looking, Carlo?
Ooh.
As the
Ah,
disintegration ray slams
Still
into you.
Oh, not in triple.
You feel your body starting to break apart, but it's not
Yep.
quite. It's not quite finishing the job just yet. All right,
you've got twinkle points too.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
and then a wisdom save for
build up.
Usagi, and then we're going to just go into our talking portion of the section because it's been about 45 minutes of encounter.
Wisdom for me.
Yeah, wisdom save, please.
Failed. 5.
So now you think that this guy here is a pretty chill creature as you just got charmed by it.
Nice.
All right, so we're gonna cut the encounter here because, like I said, this was just
We're
a
in
little bit too
danger?
strong for any party of level 12s. It's a lot of beholders.
Yeah,
But-
you told me level 12, and I'm like, hey, there's gonna be a beholder.
No.
I
I
was
wanted to.
wrong.
Again, this was the design here was to do a showcase. Like I said, it wasn't an encounter that I would ever use for a party of that level because that's just not going to work. But you got to see a little bit about each of the different beholders, talk a little bit about them. So, out of all the beholders that we used, what is there anything anybody wants to know in chat or from talking here about them in a little bit more detail? You only saw a few of the rays, so obviously we aren't going to get through all of them. They have a lot of different rays each.
So I will say I like that you were somewhat generous to us by not just having the main beholder turn its eye on us, and then we were all stoned no matter what.
No, the main beholder is anti-magic ray, right? So it puts its cone on you and it turns off magic. You can't cast spells and it can't fire eye rays at you. So it didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but if that was the case, then like the lesser restorations that could have been happening or greater restorations would have just shut it
after
down.
the fact, absolutely.
Yeah.
What it wants to do is it wants to hit a bunch of these effects and then put the cone on you. But it also wants you to be a little more spread out for that, so it can still fire eye rays at other people.
Yeah.
You guys were all really clumped together and didn't have a chance to really get spread apart.
Yeah, the creepy vampire beholder kind of made us suck.
Yeah,
into
those
its
ones
area.
are cool. They're like the front line beholder. They get right in there because when they drain you, they actually heal half of the damage that they do.
Yeah.
Oh, what were those called?
Those are called death kisses.
Ooh, death
Because
kiss.
they are. Yeah, exactly. They're basically the vampire beholder. All the babier beholders have like kind of like a theme to them. Like the mind witness, like I said, is the mind flare beholder. The death tyrant is like an undead beholder. Think of more like kind of like along the lines of like a Draco Lich kind of thing, except for beholders. And then we've got the ones that we didn't have on the screen are the two smallest ones, the Spectator. Spectators are good for like a really low level party. They pose a pretty good challenge there. They've got like, I think they've got 4 different rays.
Yeah.
They don't do a ton of damage, but
I'm pretty sure they're in Lost Mines.
yeah,
as far as
there's
the
one in
set.
Lost
Yeah.
Mines for sure. And that's,
Yeah.
you hit that one at level 4.
And it's a challenge.
Yeah, at level 4, that one, it can get dicey. It depends a lot on dice rolls, which is what it makes things interesting, right? Like you don't want it to be like a wash in either direction in any encounter. Otherwise, you want every once in a while you want the party to feel really strong, but you don't want to give them too easy all the time. And then the other one is the Gazer, which actually in certain campaigns you can use as a familiar because that's how small it is.
Yeah.
Itty bitty beholder.
And then there was the Eye Drake, which is the new one, which is
Yeah,
not
it's what you get.
horrible.
It's what you get. It's a CR10, I believe. It's what you get when you cross a beholder and is it 8?
Yep.
Okay. I was going
I
off from
have it
memory
up.
after. Oh, you have it up. All right.
Yeah.
So Kyle, why don't you talk about it then as you have it up? I was just about to go pull it up, but if you've already done that.
Yeah, it's essentially Eye Drake it's a beholder who dreams about dragons long enough and makes one. And then it's just mean because of like it has a recharge anti-magic breath.
Yeah.
So
I read
it's-
that and I went, ooh.
and
And,
it's like-
and spell effects on targets that fail?
Yeah,
Sign me
level-
up.
level 3 or less. And I'm like, oh boy, that's
That's a lot of spells.
spicy.
All your blesses, all your hastes, all your mirror images, all your...
Yeah. And then like the standard array of 6 rays.
Yeah.
But it's creepy.
It's an interesting one. I have a lot of Beholder minis. They are one of my favorites. This is a Death Kiss,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I love it.
the other one that I didn't put on the screen is a CR5. Is the Zombie Beholder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're interesting. They're CR5, but they also have a Disintegration Ray.
Yep, I've had
So-
a character die to a
Yeah, me too.
disintegration
it's just one of those things that happens.
Yep.
Kyle and I have this in common where a lot of our characters die.
See, all of mine get killed by one person.
Yeah, mine gets spread around. I swear people see me coming and they're like, "Ooh, I better put on my big boy pets." Yeah, so this one here is the is the Death Tyrant. You see how it's kind of got those ghostly eye stalks as opposed to the more like fully formed ones, as our buddy the Xanathar here, which is, you know, Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Beholders are one of my favorite creatures. Like I said, I love chaos. Does anybody else have anything that they would like to kind of touch on? Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
So I have a question, because what's happened before I've as a player, I've played against some Beholder kin, and one of the things that was happening, and one of the things that I noticed was that it became a little bit less fun because people were like, everyone was like either paralyzed or couldn't take action, so it was just like it kind of became a bit of a slog.
Mhm.
And I feel
That can
like
definitely happen.
yeah, like player agency and like being able to take actions is like one of the reasons that we play D&D.
Mhm.
So how do you kind of, I mean, obviously not by like throwing 5 Beholders against a couple
Yeah,
of
that
players.
was just, that's not an encounter that you put at this
Yeah.
level.
So how do you kind of balance that, or kind of ensure that it still remains like fun and engaging, even when you are having these effects that are kind of impacting the players and impacting their ability to actually play?
So the way I like to do it, generally what's supposed to happen is that, you know, you're supposed to, it even says in the stat block, you're supposed to use the eye rays at random. Right. So if you've got a DM who's just constantly choosing the eye rays that it wants to kind of hit certain people, that can get a little bit awkward. But that there always is when you run with the randomness, like I do. Like I even have, like I said, I have people roll their own dice. I roll to see who it hits when there's multiple targets. I do everything random with these guys. But sometimes it's going to happen. They do have a lot of effects that can definitely slow a party down, but only 2 of them really like shut you down, or two or 3 depending on the beholder.
Stuns and
Like
charms.
they've usually got a stun ray. A charm ray is not so
Paralyzed.
bad because at least you can interact with all the other creatures in the encounter.
Okay.
But the ones that hurt are the petrification, the stun, and the paralyze.
Yeah.
But you know, odds are like there's 10 rays. Sometimes it's going to happen where you just get those over and over again. And it's going to depend on dice rolls, and you just hope that the party, you know,
Saving throws.
makes their saves.
Yeah. Okay.
And other than that, though, like it can definitely become a problem. But if you can kind of start, not like if you see somebody's already paralyzed, you target them again, so you don't lock down somebody else, right? Just don't count on Kyle to roll well. Yeah, that's
what I was gonna say is that like as a GM in like home games in person, I've kind of fudged it a little bit. If I'm like rolling consistently petrification, because that's how I roll. Then just kind of fudging it to be like, oh, and this one's now going to shoot fire at you because, you know.
Yeah, the main beholder doesn't actually have the fire ray.
That's ridiculous, and I hate it, but I get it.
They've only got 2. They've got 3 rays that deal damage. They've got the enervation ray, the death ray, and the disintegration ray. 2 of them are save or suck, so you take 0 damage if you pass.
Yeah, well, and everyone knows how it is at my tables where almost everyone saves.
Yeah. Definitely have played at a couple of Kyle's tables where that has happened.
Hey. Yeah.
But yeah, then they've got like the other rays that they like. The charm ray doesn't usually actually do anything because all the charm is, once you hit a high enough level, like none of you were able to get charmed if you were in the paladin aura because Carla was the level 10 paladin.
Yeah.
Right. So like charm becomes a thing that doesn't really matter if you have a paladin later on, or there's a lot of like effects that give you benefits against charm and that sort of thing. And like I said, even if you're charmed, you just can't harm the one creature, but you can still attack everything else. Right. So
yeah, we never even got to interacting with that goth over there.
Is an interesting one. Like I said, its feature ray that it has that's different than the other ones is that Devour Magic Ray. Yeah. Like I said, if it's like a wand of fireballs, and it has 3 charges left. You roll a d4, you roll a 3 or 4, and you can almost break their wand. Like it can, and then they roll that d20, right? They roll a 1, the wand's gone. What's it called? It only loses it doesn't lose its properties indefinitely. It only loses it until the start of the Goth's next turn. But it's still like it can be a big impact if you've got like, let's say you have that necklace of prayer beads around your neck, right? You've got it. You've got that greater restoration bead ready to save your buddy with your bonus action greater restoration, and then all of a sudden, he turns off that necklace, and you're like, uh-oh.
Or like Amulet of Health.
Oh yeah, like if you're that, because the funny thing about the Amulet of Health is it'll turn off and turn back on. Your hit points don't go back up.
Because you're not
No.
attuned anymore.
Well, no, you reattune to it, right? Like it
Okay.
turns it off and it turns it back on. You're still attuned to it. Your HP maximum goes back up. Your HP doesn't follow it.
No, okay.
So if you're like that 8 health, 8 con paladin that I've seen and made with an Amulet of Health, and you get hit by a beholder, or even the what's it called, the anti-magic eye, it hurts.
Yeah.
It cuts your health in half.
Died your character.
That one actually didn't die, but
Okay.
I what was it? Carla was in the one that the one time there was 3 beholder, there was 1 regular beholder and 4 zombie beholders. The main beholder paralyzed me, and then I got hit by 3 disintegration rays. So it's like, well, I guess I'm dead.
And now I die.
Carla was
That
a
just
player in that
happened.
game. He watched me run in, as my character tends to do, and got paralyzed, and it was a bad time for him.
Now, once the 3 characters were slaughtered with the eye rays, the 2 invisible people, would you just use the
Yeah.
cone of anti-magic and bite us to death, or?
Like that's kind of something that they would have to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
like the one would be just swinging at disadvantage, trying to break your concentration, but the other 2 can't. The other ones can't do anything. That's that they can see within 120 feet.
So even though there's this like cloud of twilight sparkles just like
Yeah.
moving
There you
around.
There's that they know where you are. They just can't do anything about it except try to bite you, which is terrible for them.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Then they get into my cleric microwave too.
Which was funny because if it got back to Cookie's turn, I was going to have him roll a wisdom save because he was invisible when you cast the spell.
Oh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I totally
call.
forgot.
Good
Oh my
call.
god.
Yeah.
I used to do this.
I was waiting for it, but I was
That
like,
would've been
it's
awesome.
not going to matter too much.
Sorry, Cookie.
Turns off the invisibility, and then that would have been fun.
Yeah. I always forget. I always murder my friends. Other players' familiars sometimes if they're invisible accidentally with spirit guardians. Yeah.
It
All
happens,
part of the
yeah.
fun.
Oops.
All right, we've got time for a couple more questions. If anybody in chat has one, also go ahead. If anybody has anything else they want to talk about or question, concern. Which is my personal favorite beholder? All of them, but at the same time, when it comes to like, I like to use them at different rages, right? Like a mid-level party, I like the Goth because it's got some interesting little tech that it can do. Higher level party, I actually much prefer the classic beholder to the Death Tyrant. But the Death Tyrant's interesting. I didn't want to be too mean to the party because they were having such a bad time. But its cone is actually a lot different than the main beholder. It's got the negative energy cone, and anything that's in that cone from the main beholder can't actually regain hit points.
Yeah.
10 hit points is fine, but it can't regain regular hit points. And if you die in that cone, you automatically instantly become a zombie.
Yeah.
Which now makes your creature type undead, which means that you need much stronger magic to come back. Also had that happen to me.
Yeah, that's just
harsh.
mean. I love it, but it's just mean.
Yeah, so those are probably, like, I like the classic beholder though because I like the anti-magic cone's kind of fun when you got a spread out party. You turn off like the wizard, and then you're like, oh, hold on, the cleric's over there. You turn off the cleric. And it can be interesting. But again, I didn't want to. That would have just made a really silly encounter if I put the eye cone on you guys and then no one can do anything on either side.
Punch each other, basically.
That wasn't the spirit of the encounter. Yeah, Insta Zombie is a bad time.
So with the new Monsters of the Multiverse that we've got like hints about coming out, I feel like this is one of those ones that's not gonna change.
I don't think so. It's a classic.
Yeah, just because they don't have the spell casting to be changed to new things and things like that. So
Yeah, that's an interesting change. That's gonna hurt a
Yeah.
lot of my characters who love counterspell.
Oh, you mean all those abjuration wizards? Who cares?
Because a lot of like the monsters that have innate spell casting are just gonna have innate abilities that replicate spells that can't be countered
Yeah.
because they're trying to get away from counterspell chains.
Who doesn't love a 6-player counterspell chain?
I've had 10.
Ooh,
That was a fun
good.
one. 10. It's like a Magic the Gathering blue versus blue game.
Yeah.
See how many
No,
counterspells
no,
we can
no,
play
no,
against
no.
each other. All right. So that's going to be our show for the day. I hope you guys had fun. I hope that everyone had fun watching. I'm Angelo Corsino doing this on part of Fan Expo Canada, and we will see you again in a month for another edition of Monster of the Month. We'll see if we can get what we can get on next time, because we've done mimics and now we've done beholders.
Dragon
And-
Turtle.
Dragon Turtle. One of Kyle's soft spots. And with that, I will see you guys all later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing with me.
Take care.
Thank you.
Angelo.